Yellowstone National Park is a stunning place, but it's also seen its share of unfortunate events, including 5 notable deaths. Beyond the usual dangers like avalanches and encounters with wildlife, there have been incidents that have left a mark on the park's history. In this video, we'll talk about 5 deaths that happened here, giving you a closer look at the real challenges that come with enjoying Yellowstone's natural beauty. Number 1. The tragic death of a young man dissolved in Yellowstone's thermal abyss. In early June 2016, tragedy struck at Yellowstone National Park's Norris Geyser Basin, turning a casual stroll into a harrowing ordeal for a 23-year-old Colin Nathaniel Scott and his sister Sable. The siblings wandered off about 200 meters from the designated path, exploring the geothermal wonders where underground mineral deposits paint the crystalline water in hues of blue, green, orange, and yellow. It was a picturesque scene until disaster struck. Colin slipped and fell into a thermal spring, prompting his sister to swiftly report the incident to park rangers. Despite their quick response, rescuers were helpless in the face of the extreme conditions. The authorities couldn't recover Colin's remains. The water's acidity, reaching temperatures of over 90 degrees Celsius, had dissolved his body. Prior to the accident, the siblings were on a forbidden quest for a spot to swim. Sable captured the tragic moment on her cell phone, filming her brother testing the water's temperature just before he slipped into the thermal spring. Although rescue teams located Colin's body, poor visibility prevented a successful retrieval. The following day, they found no substantial remains. The report indicates the corpse had dissolved. His body vanished into a boiling acid liquid, leaving only a haunting image in the memories of those who tried to save him. Witnesses, including park rangers, recount a fleeting sight of Colin's head and torso briefly floating face up in the hot spring. All that remains are his wallet and a pair of orange and black sandals, a stark reminder of a life lost in Yellowstone's unforgiving thermal abyss. Number 2. The fatal encounter with a grizzly. Since 1979, Yellowstone has welcomed over 188 million visitors, a testament to its allure. However, beneath the park's scenic beauty lies a hidden danger: encounters with grizzly bears. With a staggering 44 injuries recorded from grizzly bear incidents within the park, the statistics reveal a chilling reality. For those venturing into the wild, the risk of encountering a grizzly bear is approximately 1 in 2.7 million visits, significantly lower than those staying within urbanized areas or along roadsides. Unfortunately, the danger rises for those exploring the untamed wilderness. Tragedy struck when Amy Adamson, a 47-year-old from Derby, Kansas, fell victim to a grizzly bear attack in Yellowstone National Park. Her lifeless body, surrounded by the predator's tracks, was discovered by another hiker near Buttermilk Trail about 13 kilometers west of West Yellowstone, the park's gateway town. Amy, who had temporarily left her teaching job to work as a forest caretaker, met her unfortunate end doing what she loved. She was found without bear spray, a recommended deterrent for navigating areas frequented by these animals. In a statement from the Montana Department of Parks and Wildlife, details emerged about the grim discovery of a woman dead on a trail west of Yellowstone, the result of a grizzly bear attack. The authorities found her lifeless body marked by the signs of the predator's assault. In the aftermath, investigators led by Morgan Jacobson, a member of the Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks Agency, discerned no sign indicating the bear sought to consume the victim. The attack happened during a significant increase in the population and sightings of grizzly bears in the area. Yellowstone National Park is home to 2 main bear species, grizzly bears and black bears. Even though black bears are much smaller, both species are considered potentially dangerous. The U.S. National Park Service estimates that the number of grizzly bears in Yellowstone area has risen from 136 recorded bears in 1975 to a peak of over 1,000 in recent years. The circumstances surrounding Amy's tragic demise remains unclear. Was it a deliberate hunting act by a grizzly or an unfortunate encounter during her walk in the wooded expanse? Number 3. The encounter of a foot without a body. Get ready for a spine-chilling case. Picture yourself on a morning stroll in the park when you stumble upon a gruesome discovery of a foot found floating in a hot spring at Yellowstone National Park. This eerie incident unfolded in August 2022. A park visitor was first to report the find, a partial foot encased in a black shoe in the Abyss Pool at West Thumb Geyser Basin. Discovered on August 16th, The submerged foot was positively identified through DNA analysis as belonging to Ilhan Rowe, a 70-year-old man from Los Angeles. The investigators also discovered fatty tissues floating in the 140-degree Fahrenheit pool, but no additional body parts were found. It remains unclear how the man ended up in the water, but park officials stated in a release that investigators do not suspect foul play. Abyss Pool plunges to a depth of 52 feet with a temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit. In these springs, hot water cools as it reaches the surface, sinking when replaced by warmer water from below. The circulation prevents the water from reaching the temperature required for eruptions, like those in the park's geysers. So far, at least 22 people have died from thermal-related injuries in and around Yellowstone since 1890. The theory of suicide also emerged, but the police couldn't find any suicide note or letter in his car parked near the park. However, they did find his laptop computer, notebooks, and handwritten poems. Still, there was nothing indicating a fatal outcome. The circumstances surrounding Rowe's death remains unknown, with the lack of evidence providing little insight into the tragedy. Number 4. The Cannibal in Yellowstone. In a tragic turn of events, 22-year-old James Michael Sloucher picked up two hitchhikers outside the park. Little did he know that two men, Stanley Dean Maker and Harry Allen Stroop from Sheridan, were under the influence of LSD. Baker later admitted to cannibalism, Satanism, and other cult practices, referring to himself as Jesus, while Stroop seemed to simply go along. Sloucher drove the men to the park's north entrance, only to be told that the campsites were full. Consequently, they ended up camping on the outskirts of Gardner. As Sloucher slept, Baker shot him in the head, then dragged his body to the river, proceeding to dismember it into 6 parts with a knife. Baker mutilated several of Sloucher's fingers, decapitated the corpse, and even went so far as to cut out and consume the heart. Following the gruesome act, the two men stole Sloucher's car, but were eventually apprehended by the police in California after being involved in a hit-and-run accident. Upon arrest, Baker allegedly told the highway patrol officer, "I have a problem. I am a cannibal." When the men were searched, pockets yielded remains of finger bones, leaving behind a haunting trail of evidence in this disturbing chapter of Yellowstone's history. Number 5. Katherine Griffin's death. Millions seek solace in the embrace of national parks, immersing themselves in the wonders of nature. However, amidst the beauty, a fraction carries a dark secret. In May 2023, Yellowstone National Park witnessed a haunting event that left investigators grappling with a profound mystery. A woman named Katherine Danielle Griffin, age 38, was discovered lifeless in a vehicle near Craig Pass, 3 miles south of Old Faithful. The official word is that it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound, a tragic suicide determined by the Teton Country Coroner's Office. But hold on, there's more. Griffin was found in the passenger seat of the vehicle, which had collided with a snowbank. As park rangers arrived on scene, another character emerged from the shadows, Michael Wayne McCollum, a 47-year-old Texan. Now here's where things take an even stranger turn. McCollum was standing outside the vehicle alongside Griffin. As authorities investigated, they not only uncovered the grim truth of Griffin's apparent suicide, but also stumbled upon McCollum. Why was he there? Was he just an innocent bystander, or did he play a role in the unfolding tragedy? Suspicion hung in the air as McCollum was promptly detained and arrested on charges of alleged drug possession and other traffic-related offenses. What really happened that day at Craig Pass, and what connection did McCollum have to Griffin's untimely end? The truth is, we know little about the mysterious case, the police haven't disclosed more details, and the incident remains under investigation. As we wrap up these intriguing stories from the heart of nature, mysteries linger in the shadows of national parks, from a hidden grisly secret to the puzzling end of Katherine Griffin. Each tale unfolds amidst the beauty of the untamed landscapes, hiding more than we can see. In the heart of these wild places, where beauty meets risk, nature becomes a silent witness to the darkness. The mysteries persist, woven to the very essence of the park's charm, daring those curious and bold enough to unveil the hidden shadows within. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the button for more.